Here are some other great videos from Cabin Fever Entertainment.
It's the most popular movie series of all time.
The greatest show in town. I mean, the greatest show in the whole world. Happy birthday, Mr. Hood.
Cabin Fever Entertainment is proud to present The Little Rascals on home video.
To you. Give me a high sign.
These are the original Little Rascals. Now they're better than ever. For years, the Little Rascals have been censored. Some of their movies haven't been seen for decades, and previous video collections contained low-contrast, scratched prints, ruined from years of neglect. Not Cabin Fever. These are all the original classics, uncut, remastered from the Library of Congress's original 35mm prints, and restored to mint condition through a process costing nearly $500,000.
All right, where are you guys? There's nobody down here except us dummies.
It's all your favorite moments.
Say, let's start a club right now. The He-Man Woman Hand. Don't call me Norman. Call me Chubsy Ubsy. Hi, Krabby.
And all your favorite Rascals, even ones you haven't seen for years. Each volume is introduced by Entertainment Tonight's Leonard Maltin, co-author of the book The Little Rascals, The Life and Times of Our Gang.
My Juliet. My Romeo.
The original Little Rascals, only from Cabin Fever Entertainment.
Why have the Our Gang comedies, known today as the Little Rascals, stood the test of time so well? There aren't many films from the 1930s you could show to kids today with no setup, no historical explanations, and get the kind of response these comedies always do. One reason, of course, is that we like the kids so much, whether we're kids or grown-ups ourselves. Another is that they're always the underdogs and have-nots, and there's something especially satisfying about seeing them come out on top. That's certainly true for 3 of the films in this video collection. Birthday Blues, like a number of other series entries from the early 30s, has a high degree of sentiment and drama to it, with Dickie feeling the pain of his parents' constant quarreling. And like many other titles of this period, it's a remake of one of the Rascals' silent movie shorts. But there's one ingredient that the silent film definitely did not have: an absolutely incredible sound effect for the rubbery cake that Stymie and Dickie cook up. No one who's heard this sound has ever forgotten it. The hard-hearted father in Birthday Blues comes to his senses, but that's more than can be said for the father and son villains in the next 2 films, For Pete's Sake and The Lucky Corner. What a pair, and who wouldn't want to see them get the worst of it, especially in the first film, where they forced the gang to part with their beloved dog Petey. 2 much more likable characters make guest appearances in our final film, Arbor Day. They are real-life vaudeville midgets, George and Olive Brasno, whom you may remember from the earlier Rascals comedy, Shrimps for a Day. In this same film, Buckwheat's mother is played by Hattie McDaniel, who just 3 years later would win an Academy Award for her performance in Gone with the Wind. Since we're presenting a film called For Pete's Sake, this is as good a place as any to talk about possibly the most popular member of the gang, Pete the Pup. This remarkable bulldog joined the gang in 1927, with that famous ring already drawn around his eye. He'd been working in another series of comedy films with the Buster Brown character, when his trainer brought him to producer Hal Roach. The liquid dye hadn't worn off around his eye, but that was fine with Mr. Roach. The ring became Pete's trademark, and this talented and lovable canine became as much a part of the series as any of the kids he played with. By 1930, however, there was more than one Pete on the scene. In fact, in the years ahead, a number of different dogs were used as Petey, not all of them absolute dead ringers for the original, but most of them pretty close. Except, of course, for the times the prop men painted the ring on the wrong eye. To find out more about the amazing history of the Little Rascals and the remarkable kids who starred in this series, turn to The Little Rascals, The Life and Times of Our Gang by Leonard Maltin and Richard W. Bann. Its pages are crammed with facts, photos, and behind-the-scenes information on all 221 Our Gang comedies, with biographies of every Little Rascal and the story of what happened to them in later life. Ask for The Little Rascals, The Life and Times of Our Gang at your local bookstore, or have them order it for you. It's published by Crown.